Hey everybody, this is Steve Moore, owner of Run More, this fabulous brick and mortar running shop located in Westminster, Maryland. Today we'll be talking about the Hoka Gaviota 4. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today as we talk about the new Hoka Gaviota 4. This shoe is due to release in January of 2022, but because of some delays, it actually came out in May of 2022. We were really excited to get this because this shoe had been a 2-year model as it is, so we tacked a few months on top of it, and we were very anxious to get it. If you're new to the Hoka brand in general, all of their shoes have a few similar characteristics. They all have a pretty similar heel to toe drop. It's a little bit of an optical illusion. This shoe has a 5mm heel to toe drop, which is how much your heel sits higher than your toe. And all Hoka shoes have a little bit of a roll to it. So they're sort of built on just a bit of a curve. They're a meta rocker platform that's designed to kind of smoothly and efficiently roll you from heel to toe. You know, we talk about in this store a lot when you're listening to people walk and run. You know, everybody who works here has this bad habit of like watching people when they walk in the door and kind of see their natural movements or listening to them as they're walking. It makes a lot of sense when you're putting on a shoe that sort of has a bit of a roll to it because it kind of glides with your foot as you're moving through it. We hear people come in here all the time with shoes that are sort of like a stiff midsole shoe, and you can like hear them clomping, you know, and this shoe kind of works with you and not against you. This particular model is a max cushion stability shoe. This is great for somebody who's on their feet all day, maybe doing longer mileage, but specifically somebody with pronation issues. Whether you're an inside or outside roller or walker, this shoe is designed to keep you right smack in the middle. It does that with what's called their J-frame. So when you're looking at this model or even the companion shoe called the Arahi, they have these different colors you can see. This J is gray where the other part is white. What that signifies is the difference in density between the midsole material that they're using here. And it's soft in the middle. So what this shoe does when you're sinking down into it, whether you're pushing this way or not, it's designed to kind of push you back towards the middle. And it's great because it has that stable feel when you put it on. You know, the companion shoe with this as far as a max cushion shoe is the Bondi. And by the way, before people start giving me a hard time in the comments, I'm ride or die with Bondi over Bondi. So the Bondi is the max cushion neutral shoe, where the Gaviota is the max cushion stability shoe. So when somebody puts on a Bondi, they'll feel themselves sort of sink into it, and whatever their natural inclination is, this shoe will just kind of move with that person to the inside or the outside. And it feels really soft when you put it on. This is their most max cushion and their softest shoe they make. When people put this shoe on compared to it, a lot of times they'll say, you know, it doesn't have that same squishy feel to it. But that's by design. When you put on a shoe that you need, when you need the stability, you can kind of tell. It kind of feels like it's made for your foot. And this shoe will kind of go, oomph. You know, it's got a little bit of like a firmer, stiffer, not clunky necessarily, but you can feel yourself more controlled in your movement in this shoe, where you might be a little more loosey-goosey side to side in the Bondi. We also noticed with the Bondi that even somebody who's just a straight neutral shoe, somebody who's just right down the middle, they found themselves a lot of times drifting to the outside of that shoe, almost like the shoe had a little more support on the medial side and it would push them out this way. This shoe, because of that J, no matter what you're doing, it holds you right in the middle, and it feels great underfoot because of that. And when you're we always say, if we kind of get your foot figured out, a lot of other stuff will kind of get lined up. So if you're somebody who rolls this way and you're having ankle pain or you're just putting pressure and your arches hurt, this will keep you up in the middle. And when you do that, the whole chain tends to line up. Your knees, your hips, your back, everything sort of straightens out from the base forward. So it's really nice to kind of start the right correct momentum from the floor up, and that's sort of what this Gaviota is designed to do. This shoe is also available in wide, but unfortunately it's not in super wide. So this shoe is a 2E option, and on the female side, it's just a D option. That's one thing I think Hoka is sort of missing with this shoe. Across the board, we are told that the Bondi sells more wide than any other model that they carry. I think they would do really well by putting this as a 4E option, because the people who are really looking for that max stability, max cushion shoe, a lot of times are on the wider side anyway. So it makes sense that this shoe would come in a 4E option, but sadly it does not. I don't know if maybe the Generation 5 in 2023 will have that option, but for now it's just in a 2E. I'll tell you, kind of looking at some of the differences between the 3 and the 4, and there's not tons of them, but this material seems to be a little more forgiving. It's not super elasticy, but it's definitely nice and breathable, and it definitely feels a little bit wider and a little more forgiving on the upper material compared to the 3. You know, this one seemed to be a little more sewn in along the side. This is the version 3. So it did feel a little more constricting, and this seems to be a little bit better about that. As far as just the sizing in general, it's spot on. You know, somebody who's coming in here and says, you know, I'm looking for an 11.5 and a max cushion, blah, blah, blah. This shoe is perfect for them. They haven't had to go up or down at all in it. So that's been really easy for us. The weight hasn't changed much. On the men's side, it's still about 11.3 ounces. And on the women's side, it's still about 9 ounces. So that really hasn't changed. And the drop stayed the same. And the stack heights stay the same. It's just a great fitting, better option for somebody who's doing some walking, some running, some long distance stuff on their feet all day. And because this is a stability model shoe as well, we've had great success for this for plantar fasciitis. It's a great shoe that you can walk around in. And we talk about that little roll that Hoka has. By having a stable arch, this shoe kind of almost helps stretch the muscles out in your foot and give a little bit of relief when you're using this shoe all day if you're coming from plantar fasciitis. For us, this shoe ranks in the top 2 for all of our Hoka sales. And I don't know if that's consistent with all the run specialty brands, but for us, the Gaviota has always done very well for us. We pull it all the time for people coming in here with tired feet, using it for professional settings, using it for long distance runs. We've loved this shoe. We're really excited to get this shoe back on our wall. It is available on our website, so if you have any questions on this or you want to pick up a pair, leave them questions down below, click our link, use promo code RUNMORE, and you will save 10% on this model and we'll ship it out for free. Again, this shoe is out now. We're recording this in early May of 2022, and it is available as we speak. Thank you so much for checking out our channel, and as always, happy running and walking, and stay safe out there.